What's going on, fellow? Oh, wait, we good?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, what's going on, fellow commanders of Calm? My name is Dan.
I'm Chris.
Yep. And, well, the regular season is over, Chris. Like, how amazing is that
Yeah,
already?
and we're seeing all this crazy off-season stuff already starting.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm just putting a little link here for my story here, but to all those who are watching, thank you. And, yeah, Chris, you're sick right now, right? So
Yeah.
if you're, yeah, hope you feel better. If we're not going to be doing a lot of talking, if you're not going to be doing a lot of talking, you ain't going to hear no complaints out of me. You feel better, buddy. But, yeah, at any rate, yeah. How was your weekend?
It's pretty good. It's crazy seeing all these different coaching fires and retirements and everything else.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'll just say I went to Baltimore last night to go see Tool, and I saw M&T Bank. So,
That's
which
had to be
fun
pretty
little
exciting.
fun fact. I might keyword might depending on what day it is. If it's point being, I might be going to that divisional round game.
That'd be awesome.
So my question to you is: do you know if it's going to be on Saturday or Sunday, or they have not announced it yet?
They haven't announced it yet. It should be on
Okay.
Sunday.
Ah, okay. I thought it was going to be on Saturday because, like, when I
I
looked at
think they do
StubHub
the
to get tickets,
AFC on Saturday. Actually, you might be right on that.
I don't know. Either way, all right, well, let's go ahead. We're going to go back and talk about Week 18 here. We'll talk about kind of where we were right and where we were wrong with our early season predictions. We'll talk about the playoffs. We'll talk about some coaching stuff. And you're here to join us on the ride, so thank you. So, all right. Starting off Week 18, Steelers and Ravens. We both picked the Ravens, but honestly, I mean, it was snowing pretty hard here on Saturday, and we're
Yeah.
only like 90 or 70 whatever miles away from Baltimore, and it was coming down hard there.
Yeah.
So, so Steelers won, got their tickets to the playoff punch, but
Yeah, and with that being said, there was a Steelers fan that saw a little comment on something, and they got into an argument with me on this actually. Um, just a note here, because a Steelers fan made me mad, so I have some stats, and this is just what I like to look at. That game did not matter. It did not matter at all. I wish we'd won. That would have been cool. But since Lamar's been drafted in 2018, he's only played in 4 out of 12 of the Steelers-Ravens matchups. And one of those is a 1-for-1 completion where he only played a couple snaps his rookie year.
mm-hmm.
So, telling me the Steelers beat the Ravens when it matters? No. What about that time that we go to the playoffs that you guys don't go to the playoffs? And we kick you guys out? That happens sometimes. Like, it's just kind of weird to see because it's like they haven't really done much since 2009, their last Super Bowl run. So it's like, it's just interesting to see that complex.
I feel like the majority of Steelers fans are just kind of like happy, but also just expecting the worst against this game. And if you're a Steelers fan in the comments, let us know. I want to see how you feel, but at least that's the general consensus I'm getting.
I do feel bad for like actual because I think that was just like a bandwagon fan, like most Steelers fans are. But like the actual Steelers fans, I feel terrible for him. T.J. Watt should not have been out there for that last little
Oh
bit.
yeah, yep.
I know they wanted to get to the playoffs and everything, but why go to the playoffs as a 9-8 team just so you get smacked in the first round? You know what I mean? Like why put T.J. Watt's health at risk? That's kind of the way I look at that.
I really hope that with us, with Lamar not playing last week and with this week being a bye, really hoping Lamar isn't rusty because everyone, he really has to like kind of, for lack of a better term, he has to really like break the rust that he has in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like he needs to show that he can be competitive, if not top tier, in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm going to be disappointed if that game, if they just choke again in the divisional round.
Yeah, I'll be a
Now,
little worried if we choke in the divisional round. I ain't gonna lie.
right? But anyway, let's move on. Seahawks Cardinals. Seahawks won as we expected, but the Seahawks missed out on the playoffs.
Yep.
We're kind of making this a little bit more brief right now, and we just took like 5 minutes on the Ravens, but Chris being sick, and also we got more stuff to talk about. Bucks beat the Panthers, but that was an ugly game. That was like 9-0, and it was all field goals, if I'm not
Cardinals
correct.
Seattle game was also ugly, 21-20.
Ugh. The Bengals beat the Browns, but for the first time since the 30s, the AFC North is the only division to have every team finish with a winning record.
Yeah, since 1935. That's crazy.
Yep. And then with the Vikings, Lions, the Lions won that, obviously. I don't know why, I just thought that maybe the Bears would go into Lambeau and just kind of upset them, but hey, Packers,
Yes.
they were winning in. They made it into the playoffs.
They were able to do it. That was the Bears winning was a good guess, though, to be honest with you.
I was kind of just thinking, like, maybe it's time, but nope. Apparently the Packers still own them. And then Texans Colts, that was a fun game to watch. I'm sorry. I know I posted a thing like, oh, it'd be interesting if I could do it, but Saturday I was super busy. But Texans, I did watch that game, and that was very, very tight. Down to like that last little bit. I know the Colts fans were just like completely like kicking themselves.
Yeah, that's upsetting. There's a lot with that drop catch. Definitely should have caught it. Ball wasn't all the way there. It's disappointing, but that guy shouldn't get any hate for it. What was he, a rookie, if I'm correct?
Nah, I think you're right, yeah. I mean, there was I know what you're talking about. But Chiefs Chargers, the Chiefs were playing backups and they beat them by 1. It was like 12-11 or something weird like that.
Yeah.
Broncos and Raiders, they were playing for nothing, but someone had to win, and I guess I thought the Broncos would win, but the Raiders were just the better team.
Yeah.
But the Bills beating the Dolphins. We both picked the Bills. The Dolphins, I want to talk about them when we talk about the playoffs here. Hi. Sorry, my dog's in here. Well, my brother's dog, but anyway. Yeah, that was interesting. And then the Jets finally beat the Patriots. Was that like the first time in like a decade or something?
Yeah, and it was Bill Belichick's last game as a Patriot head coach. That's crazy.
We'll talk about that for sure. Falcons Saints. The Saints put a whooping on the Falcons, and then like 12:01 midnight, Arthur Smith was fired.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Oh, also want to say this with that game. I think it's soft to be mad at the team for getting getting Jamal Williams a touchdown. Yeah. Like, I think Jameis Winston made the right call. That's just me personally. I think that the way that coach acted in the middle of the field. I know there's unwritten rules in football. I played. Like, I get it. You're getting fired. You had to have known you were getting fired with how you coached this season. You were literally a meme. There's no way you weren't on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think it's just kind of soft. Because, like, he came over to him like he was going to fight him, but I just thought that was kind of soft.
The Saints did everything right. It was just the way that they could have gotten into the playoffs is that Green Bay had to lose, and I think so did Seattle, and they both won. So
yeah.
So we both picked the Eagles over the Giants, which, man, I was very happy about that game, and
literally
makes me think about what's going to happen.
Last stream, I hope the Giants win.
Yeah, no, I always hope the Giants win over the Eagles, but then the Rams 49ers, I guess the Rams were playing backups. Yeah, it was Carson Wentz, but even still, like, Sam Darnold versus Carson Wentz. I honestly forgot that Carson Wentz was even playing again.
Yeah, that's for the Rams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had a text message. Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty funny that the Rams went in there and actually got the win. I had a feeling they were going to win only because I knew Puka was going for 2 of his records. So it's kind of expected. 49ers had nothing to win for. They played it smart. They rested some starters.
Oh, yeah. The Jaguars-Texans, I don't know what happened there, man.
A little spicy.
That was rough.
Yeah.
And then they still fired Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, which is crazy to me. If it wasn't for all the coaches stepping down and new prospects, Vrabel's probably going to be, if somebody wants a coach that has proven that they're good at coaching and they have a good defense, why not bring him in?
You know, I honestly could see him going to Washington, if not New England.
I think New England. Either him or Mayo are going to be the New England head coach, I think.
Yep. Him or who?
Mayo, the old linebacker for the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
People wanted to interview him last year for head coaching positions, and he turned them down, and they gave him an extension. So I have a feeling it's one of those, like, you wait behind him until he retires and you get it type thing, which would be awesome. Sure. That's cool.
Cowboys Commanders, there was a sliver of hope there just for a second, but nope.
First 20 minutes.
Yeah. But Cowboys, they're playing. They got number 2 seed, which, again, NFC East, they're not
repeating champions.
Yeah, they didn't have a repeat champion again, which kind of came out of the wire this time. So we'll see what happens next year. But at any rate, I don't know. Well, if we're going just based off of, I hope so. If we're going based off of regular season, you beat me 154-91. I got 150-95.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm buying
season, but you can take your time on that. You got more
Okay.
important stuff coming up.
Yeah, I'm buying you something on eBay or something. I'm making a video about Dallas, right? So anyway, but anywho, congratulations
I
on the Bucks.
appreciate it. It was 150 to 154. I mean, we're right there with each other. It's
Yep.
with those other two weeks have made a difference.
Well, the thing is too, we might have a public pick'em league next time, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's go into the playoff picture here. Okay, now let's talk about how it's set up currently. Okay,
Yeah.
current NFL playoff picture, and this is all set. AFC, we got the Ravens number 1, Bills number 2, Chiefs number 3, Texans number 4, Browns number 5, Dolphins 6, Steelers 7. NFC, 41, number 1, 49ers, number 2, Cowboys, 3, Lions, 4, Bucks, 5, Eagles, 6, Rams, 7, Packers. Pretty solid lineup, I gotta say.
Yeah, no,
On
it's
both of
gonna be
them.
pretty good. I think there's a lot of good defensive teams that made it to the playoffs this year.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we'll talk about our predictions, then we'll talk about where we were right and wrong. But yeah, so the first game is this Saturday at 4:30. I think I'm going to be in DC when this is going on, so I won't be able to watch it. But it's the Browns playing the Texans.
That'll be a good one. Who do you got?
Browns just have better talent. I don't know if they're going to make a deep playoff push, but I think they're. I mean, the Texans are just a young team right now, and that Colts game was closer than it should have been, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And
No, I
I'm happy
100%
for
agree.
him. I'm happy for him, but I just think the Browns have a better roster overall. So.
Yeah, I think they have a better roster overall. I'm going with the Browns as well on that.
Yep. Then we got the Dolphins Chiefs. Okay, this is like one of the hardest ones to think of because the reason I'm picking the Dolphins is because of the wide receiver. Because the Chiefs have just been having an issue with wide receiver all year.
Didn't Tyreek Hill just get injured again?
Did he?
Doesn't he have a small injury or something like that?
No, I thought the big thing was like Tyreek is going back home. No, I don't say anything about him being injured.
Saw someone was just injured from it. Might be a defensive player.
Well, either way, yeah, the Chiefs and the Dolphins. I don't know. Part of me is just like the Chiefs just won the Super Bowl last year. Just come on, just let's go ahead and get rid of them. You know what I mean?
No, that's fair. I think the Chiefs are the better team. In terms of they've been here before. They've been to the playoffs before. I think that they can pull it off. Dolphins definitely have a better wide receiver room. I mean, that's not even a question. I keep seeing memes, and it's like the man who broke Patrick Mahomes, Kadarius Toney. And it's hilarious.
Right.
But I think the Chiefs have just been here before, so they'll get past the wild card round, but then I think they'll get bounced by whoever they play next.
That's not a bad. You're not wrong. It's just I don't know. I feel like the Dolphins right now because of the wide receiver core. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is the better quarterback. Andy Reid is the better coach. But this is a really like at least for the Saturday games, probably the one that I'm like most not concerned, but like I have the most questions about.
And,
But I'm just gonna go with Dolphins.
and also, with that being said, Dolphins do not perform historically well in cold climates. I think it's supposed to be almost like negative 50.
Should I change my answer then?
Just throwing it out there to you, just because it's the facts that I know
You
that
said
I was told
negative
in
15,
50.
negative 50.
Pretty sure. That
No
was
way.
a joke.
That's like people would die at that. Negative 50 is like down near like Antarctica stuff, I think.
Could be the coldest game in NFL history. Approaching negative 30. Well, that's pretty close.
Geez, negative 30.
Yeah.
Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit?
It's gotta be Fahrenheit, right?
In Kansas City?
Yeah. Kansas City gets cold.
Okay. I mean, hey, there you go. Okay, maybe I will go with Chiefs then. But yeah, whatever. Then we got Steelers Bills. These are both teams like the Steelers. It's kind of like they fell forward into this, and the Bills kind of just stumbled in. I mean, they both stumbled into their positioning. The Bills. I'm gonna say the Bills beat the Steelers here, but I mean, Mason Rudolph. Do you think he's gonna be starting? Have they confirmed
Oh
that?
yeah. He's gonna be starting. I think the Bills are gonna put a whooping. Bills been playing good the last couple weeks, so I look for the Bills to absolutely stomp the Steelers. To be honest with you, and that's not me saying it because I don't like the Steelers. It's also
I
because
do
TJ
hope
Watt's not playing.
I do hope that this is not a boring game. I feel like this could be the most boring game.
Yeah, I agree.
Packers Cowboys. Oh man, my heart is making me want to pick the Packers, but on paper, it's in Dallas. They're undefeated at home. I'm just gonna say Dallas wins this one.
Packers have nothing to lose. That's one thing that I've been hearing from everyone. So I think it's possible the Packers could upset them. I think the Cowboys are just a better team. Packers are young. I think I was hearing that they're the youngest team to make it in the playoffs ever.
Yeah, like everyone's under the age of 25 or something like
That's
that.
crazy. They're going to be good. They're in a good position. They finished 9-8 for the season. They could be pushing the Lions for division next year. So
Yeah. Well, and who knows? Maybe Jordan Love will upset him.
it's possible. Lions Packers NFC Championship would be crazy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, speaking of Lions, and we have the Rams playing the Lions.
Yeah, I'm shocked here.
Yeah, I'm picking the Rams.
Yeah, me too.
I think that they're more up. They're trending upward. I don't know where the Lions are right now.
That's kind of why I'm picking them too. That I'm on that Matthew Stafford
Well,
wagon.
who's that one player? Who's that player that for the Lions that like is injured and they're not sure if he's going to be playing? I can't think of his name.
Is it a defensive player?
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson?
No, hold on. It might have been a wide receiver actually. Help me out, Chad. Who are we thinking of?
Is it a
Hold
Amon
on.
St. Brown?
Yes, thank you. I think he might be out. But at any rate, I just feel like the Rams are trending upward and they got better talent on the team.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with them.
I mean, it's heartbreaking, but you know, if Matt Stafford beats his old team, that'd be something for the newspapers.
I don't know if it's a meme or not, but apparently people didn't want them wearing Stafford jerseys there,
Interesting.
like Lion Stafford jerseys. And I'm like, if that's true, if it's a meme, that's funny. But if it's just like if it's true, I hope he throws 4 touchdowns on them.
All right, now Wait, hold on. Yeah, Eagles Bucks.
This is also shocking.
Do we think that the Bucks are actually going to beat the Eagles? Because like the Bucks have won. Well, they won their last game by field goals. This might be an ugly game, just to be honest with you.
I think it could be probably I think it's going to be an ugly game, but like good terms. I think it's going to be really defensive focused, to be 100% honest with you, because there's a lot of injuries on the Eagles offense, and that is why I'm choosing the Buccaneers. I think the Eagles defense is going to keep them in check. I just think that they're going to get like an extra field goal or two, and it's going to be like 12-9 or something.
I don't like to use the term fraudulent, but I think the Eagles are. They're not frauds, but they are hurting. You know, and it's affecting them.
Yeah, I think
They're trending downward.
I think they're fraudulent.
Yeah, if they win this game, cool, but I don't see them going past the divisional round either.
I would like to see Eagles Cowboys NFC Championship.
I would not.
Oh, I know, but I don't even like the Cowboys that much. But it'd just be funny to watch the Cowboys just whoop on them because I think the Cowboys are the better team at this current moment.
I mean, it's possible that we get like maybe a Rams 49ers or maybe like a I don't know. We'll see.
I think it's going to be Dallas 49ers.
If that's the case, go 49ers all the way.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But, yeah. All right. And then, okay, so now in our star-studded show, we're going to go back and look. You got it pulled up? Do you need me to wait for you? Because if you remember correctly, well, for those who do remember, 6 or so months ago, back in like June, July, we started doing these divisional predictions just based on like AFC North. We started with them. We did the NFC East. Then we did the AFC West. Then we did the NFC South and just kind of went all around. And so we kind of just went back and saw what our records were for each team and kind of predicted and then went with the actual prediction. But we didn't go game by game because that was going to take too long and Chris is sick and I'm tired because I didn't get much sleep last night. But yeah, so going to start with the AFC North. Chris, you want to take this part?
Yeah, we predicted the Ravens were going to go 14-3, and they went 13-4, so we did pretty good there.
One off is not bad.
I think it's a win. If you're one off, it's a win. So I think that's a win. Bengals, we were pretty close. We mixed the Bengals and the Browns records, so that's funny.
Yep.
But if you notice, we did have them all finishing above 500, which we didn't know at the time that was the stat, so that's pretty cool. And then the Steelers, we guessed right on the nose.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously didn't get the games 100% right because they did beat the Ravens, but they also beat the Seahawks and they beat the Bengals, but they lost to like the Cardinals and the Patriots. So and the Bengals and the Browns. The Bengals, man, that was rough with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, it was. And then we have the NFC East, which I wasn't the biggest fan of our NFC East choices, personally, just because I think the Commanders are going to be amazing. That's just me personally. But we didn't do too terrible, in my opinion.
No, I mean, it's the fan in me and also the fact that Sam Howell, because the last time he played, he put a whooping on the Cowboys. It made me have hope. Then I remembered that as a Commanders fan, you should not have hope.
Hey, but you should now, because he's gone. Yeah. The bad man. So
yeah, I know. This was before. I mean, I knew this year was going to be basically just like us picking up after Snyder's leftovers.
Yeah.
But
so anything you did this season that showed positivity was a good thing.
Well, I got the first 4 games right on the mark. So they beat the Cardinals and the Broncos. They lost to the Bills and the Eagles. They lost to the Bears, and they won against the Falcons, and I think they beat the Patriots, and that's how they got. I think the Patriots were the last win, or something like that. Point being, I thought they were going to 10-7. They went 4-13. They have the number 2 draft pick. So what? Yeah, Cowboys and Eagles. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Sorry. Eagles. We thought they were going to like go 15-2, but they were 10-1 at one point, and then the last they won 5. They lost 5 of 6.
Yeah, it's crazy. That is crazy. And then Dallas just started playing a lot better, in my opinion. And then we guessed the Giants right on the nose.
Yep, we did 6-11. Although, I don't know if we necessarily. I think they. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not worried about if we got the games right or not. I was worried about.
I know. Yeah. Then the Chiefs. That was another L for us. We thought the Chiefs were gonna have a perfect season. They lost the first game of the season.
Yeah, they did.
Which I'm not seeing the screen. Do you have it pulled up? Yes, you do. Okay, cool. And then, all right. Then we had the Chargers going 7-10. They actually went 5-12. Yep. Chiefs actually went 11-6. Broncos and the Raiders finished with the same record. We had them 6-11 and 7-10. So I do want to say we had like 1 or 2 Broncos fans telling us like, "Hey, the team is going to make the playoffs because of how awesome like Sean Payton is, and he's going to save Russ." He didn't save Russ.
No.
I mean, we were literally only 2 games off.
Yeah,
like we were 2 games off.
We've got at least a game, a team right in each division. So I'm kind of happy with that. The AFC North, we got 2. Then we had 1 in the NFC East, and then we got a couple here. So we got 1 here. So that's pretty good.
And then so now we move to the NFC South. We were completely wrong on the Buccaneers. We thought they were going to be like top pick contention. They're in the playoffs now.
Yeah, we basically flipped a couple of them. Yeah, the Buccaneers have the record that we thought the Falcons would have around. We had 7-1 and 7-9-1 for the Panthers. Yeah, sorry.
We thought the Buccaneers would go 2-15. The Panthers went 2-15.
Yeah.
You said Falcons, so just to clarify.
Yep.
And then we had the Falcons and the Panthers both going 7-9-1 and 9-7-1. Which I mean, the Falcons went 7-10. The Saints. That was pretty close, though. I mean, 10-7 was what we predicted. They went 9-8.
And remember, we had Falcons fans chirping at us, so I think it's funny that they finished worse than what we thought.
And then, AFC South. This was a really kind of confusing division because we thought the Titans were going to go 2-15 as well.
I mean, they ended up going 6-11. We're off by 4, but they were one of the worst teams in the NFL, so we were right there.
Oh, yeah. And then the Texans, we thought they were going to go 4-13. They ended up going 10-7, winning the division.
Shocked good for them. Out of me, yeah. We thought this could be the worst division of football.
Yeah, we thought. Well, I mean, with the exception of the Jaguars, with the Jags, we thought they were going to go 12-5, and they started really kind of just getting caught with their pants down at the end of the season, just to stay at PCY or PG. Whatever, but we had the Jags going 12-5. They went 9-8. Colts actually went 9-8. We had them going 3-14, and we had everyone going really bad. But it turned out that it was a 3-way tie for the division at the end.
Yeah, pretty competitive the entire year.
All right. Now the NFC West. We had the 49ers winning the division,
At
which
11
we
and
were correct on.
6, it's 12 and
Yep.
5, so pretty close.
Well, and then the same thing with the Rams. We had them going 8 and 9. They actually went 10 and 7.
Pretty,
That's pretty close.
yeah, I mean, we kind of almost hit everyone around the nose on this one. We had the Cardinals as the worst team, so they didn't finish as the worst team. They finished 4 and 13. We had them 0 and 17.
I mean, hey, 4 is better than none. And then
And the Seahawks 11 and 6, 9 and 8.
This was just we had them off by like 2 games.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Well, and we had the Seahawks and the 49ers like duking it out for the division, but yeah, we had the 49ers win, I think, the division.
Yeah, we had the Rams pretty close to their record as well. So I mean, we didn't do too bad.
Oh yeah. Well, okay, so then
AFC
last one,
East.
AFC East. Bills won the division, which we thought they would.
Yep, we were one off on the Bills.
Yep, same thing with the Dolphins. We were 1 off, 10 and 7. They went 11 and 6.
We were only 2
Patriots?
off on the Patriots.
Yeah, we were pretty good, but then the Jets. I wonder what would
We
happen.
can't predict an injury.
Yeah, I don't know what would happen if Aaron Rodgers was not injured.
I think they still would have been bad. Watch the way they played, the way they were coached. People are saying Robert Saleh might get fired.
We'll see. I just love. Okay, I'm not a fan of Aaron Rodgers, so it was kind of like
Not me either.
I'm not. I don't wish injury upon anyone. I just kind of find it ironic that when he was announced, he was like wearing he had the American flag and he was walking out and it was like, look how awesome he is, and then like 4 plays later he got injured.
I always see that meme that's like Aaron Rodgers' best play, and it's him. It's like some like really good song they use for edits, and then it's him running out, and then it's just like "Fed" is all it says, and you're like,
Like honestly, if he would have just like tripped and broken his ankle just walking out like that, it would have been basically the same.
yeah. I mean, for what he got to be able to do. Hopefully next season hopefully made a good recovery this year, and we'll be able to see this Jets team. I'm just kind of hoping we see it with a different coach.
Isn't there something with like him and Jimmy Fallon? I'm not trying to like talk about
Jimmy
drama, but like
Kimmel?
I'm just Jimmy Kimmel, and I'm like, dude, just I don't care at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're talking about that list. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I am not a fan of really either of those people. I'll just say that. But okay, so now with the NFC North, we messed up on 2 teams. I think more than anything, we said the Packers were going to go 6-11, but they went 9 and 8, and they made the playoffs
Yeah.
as a wild card. The Lions, we correctly predicted would win the division, 10 and 7, but they ended up going 12 and 5.
And the other 2 we got only off by 2.
Yeah, here's the thing though. I thought that because like at the beginning of the season, like, oh man, them Bears, I should not have been so high on the Bears because they were like 0 and 4, and then they beat the Commanders, but then they lost against the Vikings, but towards the end they got better. But yeah, I mean, okay, maybe it's not as bad as I thought it would, but
I mean, if we made a tier list that's like right on the nose, close, way off. We have a lot more right on the nose and close than we do way off. So I think we did pretty good. Because we only had a couple that were like 2 or more. A lot of them seem like we got right. We're within 2 of where we picked it at. So I think we did pretty good.
Yep. Well then, all right. So that's it. That's our wild card. That's where we were right and we were wrong. Pretty close though, I think. And then, so let me ask you. So what do you think about these head coaches? Who do you think's going where, or if are people just going to retire? Because we fired Riverboat Ron Rivera.
Yeah, but we
Finally.
pulling up the article I found.
They fired Belichick today. Yeah.
I watched the interview for it. It was kind of sad to see. I think he could end up. It depends on what he wants to do. I mean, because they're going to have to hire a GM and a head coach. The Patriots are. If Belichick wants to win now, he should go to the Chargers. If he wants to change the culture, go to the Commanders.
I mean, I could see it. I mean, honestly, people have been throwing around Dan Quinn going to the Commanders, and I'm like, I wouldn't be terribly upset about that. But, I mean, Jim Harbaugh, I've heard people saying he's going to go to the Chargers. I heard since now Pete Carroll is, I mean, I don't think he got fired. He resigned or something like that.
Yeah, he's still associated, though. He still has a position for the Seahawks.
Yeah, I would say that Harbaugh, it'd be interesting if he went to the Seahawks.
I think they're going to get a young coach.
Interesting. I mean, Ben Johnson, the OC for the Detroit Lions, I could see him going to Seattle. Maybe I don't know what other coaches are going to get fired. It's only like Thursday after Black Monday, so. But then, I mean, Dan Quinn, I think he's going to go somewhere. Yeah, the defensive coordinator for the Bengals apparently is no. I don't think that's going to happen. A lot of these, like Brian Flores, I don't care about him. Eric Bieniemy, people say he might go to.
I don't think he did anything for Washington to get a head coaching position, in my opinion.
No, but people, I think I've heard rumors about him going to like Atlanta or something.
Of course, I will say, no offense to your team, they don't have much talent. So, I mean, they don't have an offensive line. You can't do anything if you don't have an offensive line.
Their skill players like wide receiver and running back are talented. It's just they don't have protection at all.
And Brian Flores might get looked at because he did pretty. He changed around the Vikings defense pretty good.
Yeah.
What I'm terrified of is this bad man right here, Mike McDonald, going to the Steelers and being their head coach after Tomlin retires at the end of the year.
Is he going to retire though?
Good. People are saying.
I think I could see Mike McDonald. I don't want him to leave because
I'd rather him replace Harbaugh.
I mean, I think if he went to Washington, that'd be good because it's only like a 90-minute drive. But yeah, I don't know. Mike Rabel going to New England, possibly. I could see him going to Washington, but also, I don't know. I mean, well, who's going to go to Tennessee now? I doubt. I mean, I could see maybe Brian Flores going to Tennessee.
And who wants to go to Carolina as well?
I don't think anybody wants to go to Carolina, to be honest with you.
No, who wants to work with Tepper?
Yeah, he's the new Dan Snyder.
He wanted that role. He wants to be the bad man in NFL owners.
I don't know.
I think Jerry Jones still works, but yeah, you got Mike McDonald.
So thrilled about Jerry. He knows how to run it, but
he knows how to run a team.
Yeah, he may. They can get to the playoffs at least consistently.
Yeah.
But
same thing with Mike Tomlin. If he leaves the Steelers or like it's a mutual part ways, if he doesn't want to retire, where does he go? Because he's getting linked to the Commanders too.
Mike Tomlin, I don't know.
That's another guy that's a culture change in my opinion. Like him and Bill Belichick, I think would do good.
I could also see Ron Rivera going maybe to Tennessee, maybe back to Carolina.
I don't think anybody's going to give him a shot in the head coach position. I think they'll give him a defense coordinator, though.
Maybe. At any rate, I know you're sick, and I gotta head out here. But yeah, that's their thing. I know it's kind of been a more chill episode this week, so I appreciate y'all watching with us. But yeah, let us know what you think down in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, like and share with your friends, and yeah, we love to see it.
Yeah, this was a short episode, like Dan was saying. We appreciate every single one of you guys. Got any suggestions for stuff in the offseason? That'd be awesome. Get ready for me to be super hyped when the Ravens do get to play finally. So we'll get to see who we go against after this weekend.
And we'll come and get you after Wild Card Weekend.
Exactly. If I'm feeling better, then maybe I'll actually stream the game. So we'll find one of the games this weekend. So we'll find out, guys. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.